So you had a set yesterday?
I had a set yesterday, and the guy, I guess 2 people canceled short notice,
Mm-hmm.
and I must have come 5, or no, he even said to me, "You're 9 minutes late," and I was like, "All right," and then, uh,
Dude,
he,
are you
so,
ever on time? I'm just wondering. Are you
uh,
ever on time? Even on this call, we said 8:15 latest, and then you showed up at
8:19.
8:19.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was
No,
also
I'm
late. I
not.
sent you the
I'm
link at
not.
8:16, so I was a
Yeah,
bit
I
late too.
mean, yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Actually, I do know the answer to that. No, I'm not. I'm never early. I'm always late.
Yeah,
Or let's say I'm late 90% of the time, because I shouldn't use words like always and never.
right. And it's
But
something you could easily change. So
I guess I don't know what it is, but I just remember my parents, we were always late for dinners and stuff, you know? And it's like this thing, you grow up with this, like you're really relaxed until you realize that, okay, I have to get ready now, and if I don't get ready now, I will be late. And then that gives you kind of the adrenaline to start getting ready. That's kind of how we live our lives. That's just how we grew up. So I guess in order to be early, I have to somehow untrain like
yeah,
years and years of this kind of
yeah. I'm
habit
I'm also
training.
not the most punctual, unfortunately. So but I'm trying to get better. And what I used to do also was, I think, oh yeah, I have a bit more time. And then I'd only get ready once I'm like, oh, I have to get ready, just like you said. And then
Exactly.
leave. And then I'd always run. And I'd always arrive sweating. Because I'd be nervous,
Yeah.
stressed that I'm late. And now what I do is I get ready beforehand. And then I keep reading or working, whatever, until I have to leave. And what I do is I set my deadline is 10 minutes before the show up time. So when we say, let's meet up at 1 p.m., I try to be there at 12:50 so that I have a buffer. I feel all right. If I'm there early, I can just read a book because I always have a book with me. So that's no problem. And I feel that's much better because you feel more relaxed when you're there already.
Do you actually manage that now, or is that just something you're trying to do?
I'm trying to do, but yeah, I'm not really late anymore. I mean, today
Okay, so
I was
you do
late by a
manage it.
minute today, so I apologize. But I guess you were late by more minutes, so whatever.
Yeah, I know, but today you just woke up slightly later rather than actually you didn't have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
I think we're talking about going places, right?
Yeah. But yeah, in general, I try to be there earlier now. And so also, I mean, I was talking to I think Vanya about this, and he was also saying yes, do that because the power dynamic is also different. I mean, it's not arriving early is not about power, but you do seem much more relaxed. And he was saying, or I was thinking in my head, there's this one famous example of, I think it was in Reykjavik when Reagan met, what's his name? Mikhail, who's the last Soviet leader?
Gorbachev.
Gorbachev, thank you, Mikhail Gorbachev. Where Gorbachev and Reagan met, I think it was in Reykjavik, and they meet at this house, and they met because it's a neutral ground, and Reagan was there way earlier though. So by the time Gorbachev arrived, Reagan was already standing there at the house as if the house belongs to him. And then he went down the stairs to greet him and then said, okay, let's go up there. And he showed to the house. And just from body language wise, if you study it, then it looks like, oh, it's Reagan's place and Gorbachev is a guest. That's kind of how it looks like. And that basically just happened because he was there early.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And obviously other people have other power plays, I guess, right? Like Putin apparently always arrives late to meetings on purpose because then he's like, look, I'm going to show you I have the power to do so. So I guess it really depends. But
and he knows the meeting will not commence.
Exactly.
He knows the meeting will not commence unless
but
he's...
I mean, you'll definitely not make friends that way.
Yeah, but who needs friends if you're Putin?
Well, I don't know. I'm sure he needs, but
yeah.
yeah. Did you watch Tenet by now? No, right?
No, I haven't watched
Okay.
Tenet. No. I heard it's not the best.
That's what I think. But okay, let's not
Did you
spoil
watch it?
anything. But I
Did you
also
watch
did not
it?
like it yet. I just didn't like it. I thought that.
Okay, yeah, 'cause-
anyways, I won't. Let's not spoil for anyone.
Yeah, well, my roommate, he's like, because he loves Christopher Nolan,
Same.
as does the rest of the world, and like he'll basically describe it as a pretty like not so great movie, but he will never use the words that it's not so good and that he was slightly disappointed, because he just loves Christopher Nolan so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he can't get himself to say it's a bad movie, but the way he describes it, you can only describe it like the way he describes it. It's like only how you would describe a bad movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I'll say about that.
Yeah.
Even though I don't even know what it's about.
Yeah. Well, are you gonna watch it soon?
Well, I have to say that the lukewarm response is, even though he did say that you have to watch it in the cinema just because of the cinematography.
I agree.
So yeah, I guess you're saying that as well. So that is, I mean, I don't know,
However,
don't know.
I would say you don't have to watch it in IMAX, because that's what I was thinking. But
okay.
I think just watching it on a big screen is enough. IMAX don't have to. Whereas
Okay,
Dunkirk, for example, is definitely an IMAX movie, I'd say.
Dang, I didn't even see Dunkirk.
Really?
No.
It's on Netflix, I think.
Oh.
Well, but you don't care. All right.
Yeah, I'm not so into movies ever since Avengers Endgame.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I used to, like, I was super... When the Dark Knight trilogy came out, each of those movies, I was, like, following pre-production and stuff. I was, like, super obsessed about those movies. And then when they came out, I was like, I don't ever need any more movies, man, because those were my movies, you know what I'm saying? And then the MCU really started to take off, and it was really great, and it just got better. And I was like, whoa, I didn't even ask for this, and I'm getting all these amazing movies and this amazing thing. And then Endgame happened, and I was like, all I asked for was like a Batman trilogy, and I got it. But then I also got like this amazing 10-part, Avengers series, which was freaking on a whole different, for a different reason, was amazing as well.
Yeah.
So I felt like a birthday, a kid who had his birthday, and he expected like one present, but he got like 10, So now I don't really care if like movies, if movies are not good, I'm not gonna go watch them. I'm not gonna bother.
Okay.
Like, a movie has to be really, really good for me to, like, I'm gonna look at the reviews, and if it's really good and I think I'm gonna like it, then I'll go watch it. But I'm not gonna watch it if people are lukewarm, and maybe you'll like it if you watch it upside down. No, I'm not even gonna bother.
Well, did you watch Parasite? You did like, right?
Yeah, and I watched that solely because every single person who watched it was like, you have to go watch this movie.
Yeah. What about...
If it had just been the Oscars, I would have been like, no thank you, because the Oscars are full of crap a lot of times.
A lot of times, I guess, yeah. But 1917 was also really good. This year had some good movies. Or I guess Parasite came out last year in Korea.
I have to watch 1917. The one
that's
only one shot,
movie,
right?
Actually, but
It's only one shot, right? Or at least it makes it seem.
I think like 2-3 shots, but yeah. Have you seen Victoria?
Victoria. No?
That's a German movie, a Berlin movie that was made a couple of years ago, and it's really one shot, the entire movie, one shot. In a city. It's amazing. It's really good. I don't know why it didn't get the respect that it deserves, but
the respect
that it deserves.
Respect.
Yeah, South Park reference. Yes. I don't know. It just never
I tried
did.
to shake my camera. It didn't work.
Yeah. But hey, there are other good movies, so
So what else is new, man?
Handmaid's Tale, man. You have to watch Handmaid's Tale.
You
So
interrupted my freaking story as well that I started
the
with.
MCU?
No, I started with coming late to the thing, and you were like,
Oh, yeah,
"You're
yeah,
late." And then
I'm
we
sorry.
just went on this.
Also, I didn't want to seem like a dick, you know, accusing you of being late, although it's true. I didn't want to be. I apologize.
That's nice. So it's like kicking a dog and being like, I don't want to seem like an animal abuser, but anyways.
How am I abusing you saying you're late? I do want, you know, I want you to...
Dude, you're not allowed to criticize me, dude. My ego. This is the sign for fragility.
Dude, that's what Rob Schneider and all these comedians said, right? In order to be successful, just be on time and show up. So... I'm just trying to look after you, you know, and us.
Thanks, man.
Me too.
Thanks. Yesterday I was hanging out with two buddies, and they were talking about how Rob Schneider, he's like I believe he believes either that the Earth is flat or that he's against vaccines. One of those crazy theories.
Okay.
And we were just having a laugh about Rob Schneider.
Yeah. Well.
Because he's, you know...
he's funny, man.
Yeah, they were mentioning his special. Apparently his special is not of the best quality. Rob Schneider.
Yeah, I'm sure he got it also because of his name already, right? You can probably get any special. But he's funny. Like, I saw an interview of his, and he was so good, and he had great tips. He seemed like a really kind guy, too. Great storyteller. And... yeah, he always plays these weird characters, right? In Adam Sandler movies. Exactly. 1 second.
Rob Schneider. Anyway, so as I was saying, I went... Oh, snap.
Sorry.
I guess there's a solo... okay, he's back.
Is it too dark?
So,
maybe it's too dark.
And so, I was at the comedy show.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess because I came a little late, the comedy show starts like... But it starts like a good 15 minutes after I arrive. So I'm like, and I'm third on the lineup. The opener starts, and then he calls me up. I'm like, what the hell? And I get off my couch. I get off the couch, and I like run to the stage. And then I get on stage, and then I'm like, oh, I totally didn't expect to be called up right now. Haha. And I look, and everyone's just staring at me, because they don't freaking know that I had no clue I was supposed to be on stage, right? So they're not.
Why were you surprised?
Because I thought I was third on the lineup, but I guess there were some dropouts or whatever.
Oh.
So he just called me up second, and I guess because I came a little late, I don't know. But I guess it's hard to organize an event as well. But he hadn't mentioned to me that he's gonna call. Like, there's only 4 people in the first half, not 6 people.
Okay.
So the whole lineup got rearranged or whatever. And then I'm there and I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I didn't, I didn't expect this. Ha ha ha. And I look and everyone's just staring at me because they don't know, right? And then I started I was like, so I start my set with an Arnie joke. So I'm like, I want to tell you guys about a great hero of mine. His name is Arnie. And of course I say, I want to tell you guys a story about a great hero of mine. His name is Jesus. And I'm like, my bad. What I meant to say was Arnold Schwarzenegger. So now I just sound like I'm like an idiot, like a bumbling fool. I changed from Jesus to Arnie. And then I switched the jokes. It was really bad. In the first half of my set, I was just like, they didn't understand what I was saying, right? Because I was just out of it. And then I started commenting on the fact that these jokes are doing terribly.
And that
got the best laugh. And then like at some point, some girl was like, she had a lamp next to her, and I guess she was playing with the brightness because it was too bright. And I was like, yeah, dim it down, because I think that might help my jokes actually be funny. So like stuff like that was actually working. But like the jokes themselves were terrible. Like no one cared, you know.
But that's the thing, in a small room, or if the energy is low, then you just have to do crowd work, right? We talked about this, and it's definitely true.
For sure. I mean, it wasn't really the energy though. I was just completely flustered. I didn't do my 30-second hug.
That's what you usually
content.
do still?
Yeah, of course. I always find someone to do it with me.
Wow, that's great.
Wow. And then also, yeah. Anyways, that's it basically.
That's cool, man. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's cool. I also yesterday I was trying some new stuff, but I didn't write it down, and I didn't know how to express it, so I was really mumbling for. I'm pretty sure it was 30 seconds, which
Yeah.
was way too long. But at least I had them before, and the crowd was really in a good mood, because the host was amazing also, and etc. So. And the other comedian is also super funny. And then I think even after that was okay. But usually when you mumble for so long and don't get anywhere, you usually lose the crowd.
Why do you mumble though? Because you're not confident in the joke or what?
No, I didn't know how to express it. Actually didn't know what the joke was. I was trying a new way.
Words were, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, but yeah, crowd work, man. Yeah. I told yesterday I was talking to another comedian, great guy. We were talking, and in his view, he was asking like, "Oh, why do you do so much crowd work nowadays?" I was like, "Yeah, I just try to do it when there are few people, to bring up the energy." And he was like, "Oh, because in my opinion, I think crowd work always is good when there are many people, but when there are few people, just do your material." And I was like, "Oh,
interesting."
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, okay," but I think it's the opposite for me, at least, because when there are many people, you can do material and always will strike a chord with someone, so people will start laughing. Whereas if it's very few people in the audience, it's just awkward for them too, and they even in the back of the head they could maybe think like, "Ah, shit, I wish I just stayed at home," right? They do have this thing, but if you involve them into the show,
yeah, exactly,
they love it. Yeah,
and I was
just like you
talking to
addressed the
another.
room yesterday. Yeah, sorry.
I was talking to another guy, and he was saying like, dude, when you do crowd work, don't just talk to the front row. Talk also sometimes to the people in the middle, because it keeps everyone on their toes and it keeps them listening. And I was like, that's freaking genius. Yeah. And he was like, so start. He was telling me like, start the Jamil. He was saying like, start talking to.
Hey.
Dude, Jamil is the best. Okay, this guy, he came to Austria 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And he does all the German open mics he can hit.
Wow.
And so like the other day, this was the best. The other day he was like, one of his things is he asks people where they learn German, because he's trying to figure out how he can learn German properly.
Yeah.
And so he'll ask like a guy, where did you learn German? The guy's like, I learned it in school. He's like, oh, it's too late for me. And then the other day he asked a woman, he's like, blonde lady, where did you learn German? And she's like, I learned it from my mom. And he's like, oh, can your mother teach me German? And just the way he said it in German, like the whole room freaking died. And I was in the back. I was like, I couldn't, because like just the way he said it with a slight accent and stuff, it was so funny. Like,
nice.
Kann ich von deiner Mama Deutsch... Like the way he said it. Schwester, kann ich von deiner Mama... It was so funny, man.
Just for the listeners, Jamil is a guy who last week's episode...
He's our second
who looks like
podcast listener.
Hey, right. And
one of our two podcast listeners.
Who someone mistook as... Ali.
Yeah. He and I get often
not booked on the same show.
Yeah, and we often get, how do you say,
confused with each other, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, hey, talking of listeners, I was hanging out with our other main man, Nav.
Our other listener. Nice. That's good that we're so kind and we hang out with our listeners, right?
Yeah. So guys, more people should listen, because then we're gonna hang out.
Yeah, because we're always hanging out with our listeners. So if you want to hang out with us, just listen to our podcast.
I was telling him, like, I saw him a couple of days ago and then yesterday too, and man, Nav is always so well dressed. He's always coolly dressed, and he has a swag, man. He's just chilling there, always has the swag. And yesterday I talked to him and we were talking about books. And then we just eventually came to dating books. And guess which book he loves?
Mark Manson's
Models. I was like, what? And I was telling him like, oh my god, Ali and I love that book. It changed our life because it's not really it is a dating book, but I think it's just a self-help book and very focused on emotional needs, right? More than anything. So it's more than just dating.
Like
and
self-confidence also.
Self-confidence and just actually love yourself first. That's basically what it says. Invest in yourself so that you're not needy around other people, which totally makes sense. Yeah, so I thought that was super cool. That Nav.
I should ask our other listener if he's into models.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, the book title just is horrible. I don't know why he called it that way. I know why, because he says it's a model we should model ourselves after. But it sounds like you're trying to date models. That's what I initially thought, and I thought, oh, that's kind of stupid.
Exclusively hand models, baby.
Yeah.
That's what I'm all about.
Yeah.
So what else is new in the Berlin scene, man? What's up with your show? When's it starting?
Oh, 30th of September.
Oh, what? Dude,
Yep.
30th of September is when I'm doing my a show as well.
Get out of here. And Shibin.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'm doing a show on the 28th, an open mic, and then I want to do a showcase on the 30th.
Is it a regular, like a weekly thing now?
What?
Your shows?
No, not weekly, but I want to do, I don't know. I have to figure that out. First, I want to do these 2 shows and then see what happens, you know. I want to do at least 2 next month as well. But I might just try and, you know, like, because I found a venue outside of Shibin, because a lot of people do stuff at Shibin. And I might at that venue do every 2 weeks and then like once a month in Shibin or something.
Okay.
You know?
Cool, man. Honestly, like, go for it. I think it's such a cool...
Yeah, for sure. It's time, you know.
It
is time.
Yeah, and you gain so much more experience doing that. Like, I just did one... What?
You know, flies, how they're like, yes.
Flies?
Soon the world will be ours. Yeah, flies.
Yeah,
you know, flies do this shit.
Do they?
Have you never seen a fly do that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Do you observe flies? How do you know
Dude,
that?
it's so funny when they like land and then they're like...
Oh, where they're like cleaning themselves? That's what I always thought they're doing.
Is that what I get? Aren't they producing some secrete or whatever? I don't know.
Pheromones, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
I
think they produce some nonsense to like eat with or something. I don't know.
Ah.
Flies are the most disgusting creatures, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Are they?
Do you
Mosquitoes
think
are worse. Flies don't do anything.
Mosquitoes ain't disgusting. Mosquitoes are annoying.
Annoying, yeah.
Yeah, but flies are freaking annoying and they're disgusting.
Oh, because they fly around shit, you mean?
Yeah, dude, they're eating poo all the time, and then like, what's weird about flies is that they love to fly around you, and they're so agile that you can never kill them.
Yeah.
Unless you get like a newspaper or a fly swatter.
Yeah.
But like mosquitoes are at least they're also agile, but at least they're dumb enough that you can mess them up. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you just wait for them to get involved with your arm or whatever, and then you just whoop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the flies are the worst, dude.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, all right. But yeah, dude, starting open mics, we have just have new
you don't want to
news
talk about
as well.
insects anymore. Okay.
Yeah. You have this new what was this? Oh no, yeah, we just got confirmation we're most likely gonna start another show. It's a one-off, but a charity event. 10th of October. It's gonna be Mental Health Day. So Moni, you know Moni, you've met Moni.
Yeah, great
comedian,
awesome.
super nice, super cool. She was writing in a group. Hey guys, comedy has helped me so much during my depression, and I want to, for mental health day, I want to organize something so we can raise money for charities, and also raise awareness and show that everything is okay, even if you have depression and stuff. And there immediately comedians said like, "Hey, that's awesome, let's do it." And then now we already found a venue, and great venue too, and will be awesome. Will be awesome. Has comedy helped you whenever you felt bad?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I was thinking about this recently. Well, first of all, the podcast was kind of like I thought for me at least, and I don't want to speak for you, but you can let me know. It was like a creative outlet, because all of a sudden it's like, oh, we have 4 or 5 shows a week.
Yeah.
And then next week it's like, oh no, just stay home and don't ever leave.
Right.
And then the podcast we started because, I mean, or not we had started before, but we started really like releasing it because that was our way of, doing something comedy related.
Yeah.
And then also, yeah, so definitely it's helped me, you know what I'm saying? I have lots of mental problems, so.
Cool. Yeah. It's I think everyone does, right? I mean, everyone has their struggles, and comedy helps so much because honestly, humor is medicine. Laughter is medicine in a way. You really do feel better.
Yeah, and I think it's great with comedy, dude. Like, it's helped me, I think, in all aspects of my life. It really makes you feel like, at least it makes me feel like, I'm less of an observer and I'm more like active and, changing my environment. Like, my environment isn't molding me, but the other way around. So
yeah,
that's a good feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really good to be active so much, and it's so much fun too. And I was just talking to some people before yesterday, like remember the pre-COVID times when literally rooms were packed? I mean, that was so much fun, and you could just feel the energy in the room.
And I mean, people would turn to each other and like laugh in each other's ears.
Yeah.
Now it's like everyone's like, no.
Yeah, social distancing.
Yeah.
But
so like, what?
No, you go ahead.
So what kind of format will this show be?
We're not sure yet.
Where is it at? Do you have a venue or?
Yeah, we have a venue, so it's a really good one too. It's a new comedy club called Maz, and they're willing to host. So super cool that we got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. We'll be like,
10th
of October.
I feel like we're running out of topics. That's what it feels like.
It'll be on 10th of October.
10th of October.
Okay.
Yep. How are you, dude?
Yeah, I'm good. I was thinking about something else. Yeah, during the quarantine, I was like really I was thinking about how desperate I'd gotten to get good at something, because I was really trying to, get good at comedy, and then all of a sudden I was gone, and then I really started focusing on playing guitar, and then now I have no desire to play guitar anymore.
Okay.
And I realized that was, I think, also like a result of, all of a sudden losing this creative outlet. And then I became obsessed with like playing, as much as possible.
Yeah.
So the quarantine was interesting. It really gave me some insight to myself. Like these last 6 months, a lot of it was very insightful, I have to say. Losing your freedom.
So too. No. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, we were lucky, right? We didn't catch it. We didn't have the virus. Many people around the world obviously suffered heavily. Man.
I mean,
we were very lucky.
Like, honestly, the quarantine was like kind of, I don't know, man. It was actually kind of a positive thing for me, and and that's the crazy thing, is that it wasn't a positive thing for many people, so, or isn't even. It's still going on in many places. So actually, it's pretty, like, it's something to be grateful for,
For sure. I agree. I mean, for myself personally, at least the beginning was really good. Taking this time off, it really did me good. Did me good. Did me well. Did me good.
Yeah,
Yeah, and yeah, it was nice, man. It was really nice just to take a break and then really meditate more and read more, and also just do some soul searching, as corny as that sounds.
that's awesome, man.
Yeah, and just rest. It felt really nice. And then I started working out more, and that felt good too.
Yeah, now
So-
you're.
You keep saying that, but it is true. Like when I don't work out on one day, I feel so guilty. So I didn't work out for 2 days now, except for doing some push-ups maybe on the floor
Double
and some
guilty?
pull-ups. Yes, yeah. So I have to make sure I don't get triple guilty today.
Oh shit! What happens when you're triple guilty?
Oh man, I get depressed, dude.
It's like, do you write guilty on your whiteboard there? Guilty.
In the mirror as well, so I always look at myself. Yeah.
Dude, I bought this awesome Amazon, like, it's like paper, you know, like a poster, but
Yeah.
it's like this magnetic whiteboard paper. You can put it on any surface,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can like write on it like a whiteboard.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right?
Wow, can you send me
Yeah.
the link?
Oh yeah, sure. For real?
Yeah,
Is it
I
like
think it's awesome.
Yeah.
No,
Okay, yeah. I'll send you the thing. I mean, it's easy on Amazon. You just type in like magnetic, white board paper. There's like 100 different.
Okay, but
people
yeah,
who
if you send me
created it.
yours, that'll be awesome. I mean, I have a whiteboard, but I'm not really using it much. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't keep changing it, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
well.
that's pretty cool. So I want to hang up some stuff.
what
Anyways,
are
dude.
what are habits you want to work on or change for yourself? Are there any?
I was thinking recently. I definitely want to change. Or like work on. So I want to figure out like what, how to. I've started to think that like a lot of the stuff that motivates me or the things I'm motivated to do, they're a result of my environment. So like based on where I put myself, I'll be motivated to do certain things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rather than before I used to think I just lack willpower or I'm lazy. That's not true. It just depends on what surroundings I have. That's how I'll get motivated to do stuff. So I try, if I don't feel motivated to like sit down and do some comedy writing, I try and figure out what I can do, how I can change my room or the people I meet so that I end up doing that.
Yeah.
So right now, like for example, I asked some people or like one person I asked, and I want to ask more people if they're interested in doing some workshops so that I can get into the habit of writing, comedy writing. So stuff like, so that's kind of.
Yeah, I saw Aaron is
My-
moving away, right, to Amsterdam.
He's gone.
Oh, he's already
He's
gone.
gone.
Okay. Damn. He's a cool guy.
Yeah,
But yeah, he's-
Aaron. He's freaking awesome. man.
Aaron, yeah. He said he's moving to Amsterdam, obviously for uni, but also because it offers a lot of comedy. I mean, the comedy scene there is
Yeah,
really good.
I mean that's the cool thing about comedy, especially recently, is that a lot of Western cities, like the capital cities, anywhere you can really do some comedy, right?
Yeah.
And the cool thing is that when he does it there, he's gonna get to know like 20 new people in the first, let's say, month,
Yeah.
and they're all gonna be like Facebook mutual friends with a lot of the people back here. So you become part of this huge network immediately,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
that'll be
Dude,
I mean, that's the
I'll-
same when I'm in Berlin. Like I was adding all these people to Facebook, and it's like we all have already mutual friends.
Yeah.
And you have this already,
Yeah.
It's really
I was
cool.
wondering, like, how come Vienna doesn't have that big of a scene yet? Because it is a huge city.
It is a huge-
for
it is a huge
European
scene.
standards. It's very international for European
Dude, it's a
standards.
huge scene. It's a huge scene, and from what I've heard, I mean, first of all, it's a huge scene, and like, remember your buddy from Budapest, Noel?
Noe, yeah.
Noe? He was telling us that it's not that big in Budapest compared to Vienna.
Vienna, right.
And Budapest is way bigger and way more
No, it's not.
international, I feel.
No, it's not.
It's not way more international?
Is it bigger? I don't think so.
It's
maybe
definitely
it's
bigger,
similar.
dude.
Is it bigger?
I think it's bigger, dude.
Maybe by population, maybe it is. I actually don't know.
It just feels bigger.
Because I mean, Vienna has 1.8 or 2 million ish.
No, you know what? You're right. It probably isn't. It probably is about the same size in terms of size.
Yeah,
But
I think.
it definitely feels more international. That's for sure. There's way more international people there. Like
Yeah, I think
students
so.
at least.
Students and because it's so popular now, because it's cool. First of all,
Cheaper.
and cheap. Yeah, super cheap.
Yeah,
Which is
and
great.
so like there, I mean, anyways, we need to wrap up. But anyways, it's super. But there, I thought it was so weird that the comedy scene is so little. But you know what I think also doesn't lend itself to the comedy scene is that zero locals are interested in English comedy because the
Here in
English
in Vienna?
language.
In Vienna.
No, in Hungary.
Oh.
And probably in a lot of Eastern European countries, because here and in Germany as well, almost everyone who is under the age of 30 speaks almost fluent English. So
Right.
they are also very interested or will end up going to a comedy show. Or if
Yeah,
they're at
yeah.
a comedy show, they'll understand it. But in Hungary, especially, a Hungarian guy told me they're very culturally, like, also very shy. So even if they can speak English, some words they won't even try because they don't, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so
That's why Noah does it in Hungarian now too, I think.
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
And he
which is
said,
amazing.
there was very little going on, and so I think the scene is
Okay.
you're just because the Berlin scene is an enigma. It's massive. It's like it's freaking
Yeah, it is big.
huge.
I can't believe, in
Like
Germany.
you can't compare
there'll be a-
anything. And you can't compare any scene that isn't like London or whatever to freaking Berlin.
I don't know. I heard Dublin apparently is also good for open mics, at least. That's what a guy here told me.
Yeah,
Rob.
if you want to pay like 300 euros for a beer. Anyways, guys, that's it for this week.
All right. Well, thanks, guys, for listening. Shout out to all the comedians we mentioned in this podcast, in this episode. Thank you so much for listening. We're going to be back next week on Spotify, just like the Joe Rogan podcast, and on YouTube and on other platforms as well. And if you have any questions, please write us just DM us with a question. And
It's
then
getting
we're gonna
kind of
answer
sad because you keep saying that at the end, and we never.
Yeah.
And like last time you said please once, and I was thinking already last week it sounds kind of sad because we never freaking post any videos, and every week you're like, please send us a DM. So clearly we're not getting any freaking questions. No one cares about what we have to say, dude, except for Nav and Jamil.
Yes. Jamil should ask a question. Wow.
Yeah,
why
I'm
not,
gonna
film him,
next
film
time,
him, man.
Next,
Film him next time.
next time I see him, I'm gonna film him.
Yeah.
But it'll be like me asking a question.
Yeah. Yesterday, Nav was also surprised because I was like, "Thank you so." I told him again, "Thank you so much for doing the video," and he was like, "Oh, that was weeks ago." But I was like, "Yeah." It was a great question, both of them. Tarek
That was a
and
great
Nav
question,
really
yeah, for
just
sure.
yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for listening. We're gonna be back. Follow Ali at Ali the Hasnain, me Pascal Hausberger, and DM us, please. See you next time.
Peace.